Hi, I'm Dexter, founder of Kalgera. We help financial institutions better protect vulnerable people using data. We combine neuroscience and artificial intelligence techniques to interpret behavioral insights captured in transaction data at scale. This is a continuation of my video series on financial vulnerability. So from speaking with people working within financial services, there is actually quite a lot that is involved in looking after vulnerable customers. And I am just going to use my experience looking at this through a neuropsychological lens to provide some insight into how best to support vulnerable people. But first off, what's a vulnerable person? Well, a vulnerable person is someone by way of their circumstances, so where they live, their socio-economic background, their employment status, whether they live alone or they're single, how much they are engaged in the workforce, and what types of financial products and services that they actually use, and how that affects their ability to be able to meet their essential needs and to, improve their financial situation over time. Those circumstances can change for any of us at any time, and individuals who are financially vulnerable, they are disproportionately negatively impacted by any financial shock or sudden change in their circumstances. This is much more than somebody who doesn't have those characteristics at that particular point in time. Now, that financial harm is especially disproportionately negatively affecting vulnerable individuals when a financial institution isn't taking due care to treat them fairly and to look after their changing needs. The Financial Conduct Authority, they have done lots of research looking into this to try to not just improve the resilience of institutions, but also looking at it through a consumer protection lens. And they did the Financial Lives Survey, which was of more than 10,000, it's more like 13,000 individuals in the UK, that showed that more than half of adults in the UK, they show some characteristics of financial vulnerability. And the impact of the coronavirus pandemic has increased that number by 3.3 million. Now add the cost of living crisis and the effects of the war in Ukraine, it is really a maelstrom of different factors that are negatively impacting people's ability to withstand financial shock. So you have energy prices, going up 54%, and you've got inflation that is at 7%, looking to go to 8, 9, 10%, and we really have to take some serious action at this point in time to try to address those issues. But before we can address these, we have to start thinking quite critically and looking at the evidence that we've got to date.